I hated training at first. Yes.
Welcome back to the video for today. I'm here with Ben McCormick, and he was kind of the first person that I met that was like seriously into bodybuilding, because I think a lot of people, even though bodybuilding is a lot more mainstream, especially in the past, like I'd say 2-3 years,
Yeah.
it's gotten a lot more popular.
For sure.
I feel like it's still like the average person doesn't know much about it. I was like, man, I really like this lifting stuff. And so yeah, Ben was one of the first people that was like, I saw was like, okay, this is like pretty serious bodybuilder. I'd come into the gym, he'd be there like before I got there, and I'd leave and he was still there. And then I'd like go in the morning sometime, like I'd switch my routine up, and Ben would still be in the gym somehow. So yeah, you wanna tell me just a little bit about like what I guess got you into bodybuilding, because it's kind of a weird sport to get into if you don't really like know about it.
It's weird. I hated training at first. I mean, let's back up even further. I think as a kid, I always kind of gravitated and I was always drawn to like a bigger figure. So like I remember watching like cartoons as a little kid, like seeing the Incredible Hulk or like action figures like that, and just looking at that frame and being like, wow, that's attractive to me. But then I remember the first time I actually ever tuned into a bodybuilding show, and it was Jay Cutler and Ronnie Coleman were on the stage, and I was like, this is unbelievable. I cannot believe the human body can actually look like this.
Well, this is live?
Yes, this is like this
Oh,
was like
dang.
during like the actual Olympia. And
So
it's
you're
just
really
pure,
young at this point.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is just out of pure luck too. It's just like pure coincidence. And I remember seeing them like, this is like, I thought it was disgusting at first, because I was like, they are huge and I don't like that, but there's just something attractive to it because it was so different. And then I never really trained. This is gonna sound so cliche, but I mean, like my senior year, I went through a bad breakup and I went through a bad situation in my mind, and it was this kind of mentality like, I'm gonna show you how bad you screwed up. But I mean, it sucks to say that, but about a month, like not even, about like 2 weeks in, I started seeing progress, and I was like, holy cow, like I actually am enjoying seeing this. And then after that, I just like the fire was lit. I was addicted to the entire process, and like any of my free time was spent like looking at any kind of evidence-based stuff, like how do you diet, how do you mass, like how do you actually gain size. So I mean, from then on, it just became this huge gravity. It just took off from there.
Yeah, it's interesting too. Like, I think right now, because my channel's kind of trying to be about like what good manhood looks like, because I think there's just like a big lack of that in the world right now. But I think like guys right now are just tired of all the BS, and they want like something to like train, like something to fight for almost. And I think even if it's just like sports in general or weightlifting or something, it just gives you such a like good platform to be able to do that, you know. And I think like so many dudes could really benefit from just getting super into that, you know. So that being said, did that like play into your faith at all? Was there like an element of like the bodybuilding faith side?
100%. So actually, I mean, coming into high school, I had only lifted for like 6 months in high school my senior year, and then I was lucky enough to get in with a group of guys when I came to Colorado Christian. A bunch of big powerlifting dudes, and they were all seniors at the time, and I'm just this little itty bitty freshman. And somehow I got an in with them, and the leader of that kind of group, who really got me addicted to the entire process of training, his name was Shane. Shane, if you see this, what's up? But he was a theology major at the time, and he kind of led this ministry-based lifting, and it was just like discipleship through barbells kind of mentality. So I mean, we'd all get a training session in together, and then we all go out to sushi after, and it was just, and we just talk about real things. And it was the first time I actually experienced it. But I mean, like before every single training session, we'd all gather in a group, we'd huddle around, and we'd pray. And it's a very different experience than what we see today, especially in like recreational gyms. But it's an experience I'll never forget. So lucky enough to have that experience. But I think that really kind of shaped, like, okay, this is what it can be. This is what fitness can be. And this is the avenue we can use fitness to create this brotherhood kind of mentality.
Yeah, man. Going off that, like the brotherhood thing is just so cool. Like,
Yeah.
that's always been something that's drawn me to sports, you know, and like soccer. I just remember like my favorite part of soccer wasn't even like the game. It was, as weird as that sounds, it was like training with the guys, you know, and like being in. We'd have these crazy long tournaments where we'd be like, you know, all weekend we're just like in this hotel room, but we're just like, there's like a higher goal, a higher purpose, that it's not just us goofing off, you
100%.
know? So yeah, that's something that's super cool, super special. But yeah, so we're gonna hit legs. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna try not to throw up. I'm gonna say it like a bunch of eggs, so.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Probably not the best idea, but we'll see. All right, you ready?
I'm ready, dude.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So what do you do for your warm up?
Right now, I've just been completely gravitating away from any kind of static stretching whatsoever.
Yeah.
Just straight up dynamic stuff.
Do you do like bike or like, because we can
Yeah.
pull the.
I mean, what I
bikes.
have been doing, like, I will do just a nice little dynamic warm up first.
Okay.
Then typically I'll hop on a treadmill, or I mean, the assault bikes works too. Just like 5 minutes, get the heart rate up, and then go ahead and get into it.
Cool. This video is sponsored by Gasp.
Yep.
I wish. Come sponsor me.
Come sponsor me.
I'm not big
too.
enough for that yet, but.
Sean Carita in a 212, like up close in person, dude, it's a different level. It's a different level for sure. And he has a whole camera crew with him, and he's filming everything, and that's sick, dude. Yeah, it's crazy. And he's probably really short, right? He's 212. Yeah, he's 5'5", but yeah.
I think we should do, it'd be hard, but I'd love to link up with like all of the Sons of Thunder guys, because that is my biggest regret in college, is I almost got in with a room with you guys, but then it didn't end up happening. I'm like, gosh.
Yeah.
Now I'm seeing like everyone, I'm like, gosh, I wish I could have.
What is your top set looking like?
It's not. Like my weight, I'm not a power lifter whatsoever anymore. Like my technique has changed so drastically that like toward bodybuilding technique that I don't lift heavy weights hardly ever.
Okay.
So my top set might be 260.
So who's your favorite bodybuilder?
Oh, that's so tough.
Or actually, who's your favorite, and then who would you most want to like have as your physique? And you can't say Chris Bumstead.
No. Okay, genetic wise, Keon Pearson, who's a 212 Olympia now.
Really? Okay.
Or, ooh, that's tough. Either him or there's a new up and coming guy. His name's Quentin Araya. He's my height. He's 6'1", but he's the open division. And everyone's predicting like he's got the genetics to be a future champion. I mean, it's crazy. He's 6'1", he's like 330 in the off season, but yeah. I wish, but
That's insane, dude. Yeah, that's actually.
and then oh man. That's who I'd want. My favorite bodybuilder is probably Hunter Labrada. Just because of his mindset. A lot of the videos he posts are his training videos and educational videos, because he has a background in like evidence-based training as well. But he has his brand name is essentially win the day. And that is a mindset. Like when I was in college, in my room, I had a whiteboard to track all my weights and weekly averages and any dietary adjustments that I was making, just so I can keep all my thoughts together. But I had a quote in all caps, which was win the day, which is essentially like this mindset of if I can cross all my T's and dot all my I's every single day, keep every single variable in check, I have peace of mind. I'm doing everything I possibly can to be the best that I can be.
Right, that's all
So,
you can do.
Is just put in the work, but and just be smart about it. Where?
Plates are. Uh-oh.
That's okay. If we don't have plates, then we'll figure something else out. Oh, there's some right here.
Oh, there they are. Yep.
Dang, man. Having a camera in front of you And knowing that there's audience members, it's like, all right, I gotta train hard now.
Yeah, all 100 of them. So what does your like rep scheme look like as far as like warming up? Do you like pyramid up?
Yeah,
or?
so I pyramid up. So in terms of all my warm-ups for every muscle group, I go on a like 12, 8, 4, like 1.
Okay.
So like 12 reps is like 30 rep max. Just get it warm. And then kind of increase load, decrease reps. And then my last set is what's called a potentiation set. And that is essentially doing like 1 or 2 reps, probably just 1, at 100% or even 110% of the load that you're going to use for your working sets. And the whole purpose of that is to just prime the nervous system. Have you ever, like, during a really heavy set or during a workout, you do one set and you're like, man, that was tough. You rest, you get through set 2, and then set 2 feels easier than set 1.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wow. That's the whole point of a potentiation set, is to make sure that doesn't happen. So to make sure you're properly warmed up, and neural drive is where it needs to be.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting because like nervous system's a whole nother side, you know, that people don't even like think about.
Yeah.
It's like that plays such a big role.
That's what I love about, that's like what my passion in this sport almost is yes,
Yeah.
I'm addicted to bodybuilding. I'm addicted to the process of getting better. But what I really want for my career, especially in the fitness industry, is to bring more of the scientific, evidence-based side to it.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, they're narrow racks.
So are you trying to go faster on the up and slower on the down, kind of?
A little bit, yeah.
It's like a powerlifting thing, right? It's like
Yeah.
part of the reason I love bodybuilding so much is that like I love seeing. Well, I think everyone like human nature wise just loves to be seen, you know. And I think like for anything for me, like making a finished product that people get to see is so cool to me. Whether that's like marketing or like videos. I think that's why I like video editing so much, because I like the editing itself is like but like being able to finish a video and be like, this is it, you know,
Yeah.
this is like my creation, and see that actually come to like fruition is just something that's so cool, and to be able to like visually see it.
Yeah.
And like not
That totally makes sense, dude.
do that. So
Especially
yeah.
for you, dude. Like, I remember seeing you backstage, and I remember like seeing you in the gym and your whole journey, and it's crazy too. Like, what I love about it's kind of like the journey of it, honest.
Yeah, it really
So,
is.
Like,
Yeah.
looking back at old progress photos, just seeing where you were
Yeah.
and knowing the work that you put in to get to where you are now,
Yeah.
it's just,
Yeah.
it's fun to look back on.
Being like a smaller guy too, like I don't know. It's
Well, not
hard-
anymore, bro. Not anymore.
I mean, I still feel like pretty small, but like it's hard to not be like, dang, like I should be weighing like 200, you know, or whatever. It's like, but like then I look back at photos, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I was like 115 in this photo,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that's actually crazy. Like,
Yeah, I've peeked those too. I've peeked your transformational videos on your channel too.
some of them
It's
are
crazy
corny, but
impressive.
it's like, you know, it's fun. It's like,
Yeah,
it's cool to see, even for me, just to see the, you know, the progress. So.
yeah. And honestly, dude, feeling that one out, like I said, I haven't squatted in a really long time, so this is a very novel stimulus for me.
Yeah.
Because my body's like, nah, I'm all used to it. So
Yeah.
This will honestly just be my potentiation set. So I'll do like a rep maybe here or two. And if it feels like, geez, then I might go back down to 225.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's one of those things where people will just get in here and just go for it and just lift, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But being like methodical, being scientific when you're thinking about these kind of stuff, it makes a difference in the long run.
Really
So. Yes, sir. Ooh.
Dude, that no pause at the top is.
That's brutal.
I've been taking like massive pauses at the top. You said you haven't been squatting as much.
No.
Is that just like for knee health or?
For me, my background is more in powerlifting. And I had a scare when I was powerlifting where like I had an SI joint injury. But there was one day I was squatting at university and I felt a pop in my back. I was like, that's a disc herniation. Oof. And I was sore for several days after. Luckily it wasn't a disc herniation. That's a big reason I went from powerlifting to bodybuilding. And I've always steered clear, not of squatting, but of squatting really heavy loads, especially squatting in the low bar position. That it just exposes my low back. So I've always been cautious about it. But if I squat, it's typically like we're doing right now with the heels elevated so I can keep the chest up and either that or in a front squat position because the center of gravity's forward.
So much.
Yes, sir. Two more. One more. Pause. Up. Yeah.
That sucks. Is there a beneficial reason to go below 90? Like, after graphs?
So we're getting more to the evidence-based stuff right now. For the general population, probably not. Like, the 90's probably fine, but in bodybuilding, what like recent literature is showing is, put it in a very fancy way, they're showing that stretch under tension is independently hypertrophic in the lengthened position, which is essentially a fancy way of saying when a muscle is fully lengthened, like in this position, when it's fully in its stretched position, when we apply tension to that muscle, that's typically, I think they've shown like 170% more hypertrophy doing that. Than here. So like,
reps.
let's take a bicep curl, for example.
Yeah.
Like, they've kind of split it up into thirds, like with the literature. So like upper third, middle third, lower third. they're showing like if you do like lengthened partials in this lower third position, it's significantly more hypertrophic. They've done that with calf raises too. Like in the calf raise, like if you're really in the stretched position, some literature's even shown like doing lengthened partials just here, instead of full range of motion. Just here is actually showing a little bit more hypertrophy than compared to here. So there's a whole lot of literature coming out now showing that if we go through its full entirety of range of motion, like in this really deep stretch position, that's hugely beneficial for hypertrophy.
That makes sense though, because it's like, again, we're talking about like levers, you know, you're in the least advantaged position
Yeah.
when you're fully lengthened. I guess the one thing would be like maybe shoulder flies would be a little different because it's like, I don't know, dumbbell shoulder flies are weird because you're like, right here is the most, you know, but
Yeah.
this is the most.
So that's actually an interesting one that I saw as well. Like people, like, because it's hard because if you're holding dumbbells right here, there's no tension because I mean gravity's just right here.
It's just down. Yeah.
So what I've seen is like, in order to change that, if you were to do like a single arm lateral raise, instead where most people will do this, it's actually the opposite. You should be leaning this way because now there's tension.
Going. Like,
Yeah. Like in this lengthened position, there's now tension right here, as opposed to where if you're leaning,
yeah.
I mean, there's nothing.
Yeah.
So there's ways around it, but
Yeah.
you just got to be creative.
I've seen people, a lot of people, I've started doing these too, like the cable flies, and then
Oh yeah.
like raise the I don't even know what it's called, but like the thing that connects so that it's like the tension is like right here.
Yeah.
You know, so that it's like instead of just
Yeah.
you're,
Oh yeah. So like you're at, yeah, I know
like
exactly what you're
higher,
talking about.
Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense.
Yep.
But
Probably gonna hate me, but I used to do this in college all the time. It's goblet squat drop sets, where it's goblet squat basically to failure, then drop the load, and it's a body weight squat after. We can do like 2 sets there.
all right.
Quad pump of your life right there. This one's gonna be rough, but I've been doing what are called mile rep match sets, and it's essentially like if we're doing 2 sets here, let's say I have goblet squat and I get 10 here, and I drop the weight and I just go to failure with body weight. Set number 2, mile rep match, you have to get 10. So you might burn out at 8, but you're getting 10. Yeah,
With the same weight?
with the same weight. So you're gonna be like, breathe it out, just breathe out like for like 5 seconds, let your quads recover for a second, but you don't stop until you get 10. And then you just, then after that, drop the load and you go body weight after that. So yeah, just this like masochistic mindset.
2 sets.
Yeah, only 2. So I'm gonna aim for 10 to 12 here.
Okay.
And
And then okay, got it. I almost suck more after I put the weight down.
yeah, right?
My next question is, do you have any habits of excellence that you try to consistently do that aren't necessarily like big things, but like, I guess things that just make a difference for you?
I'm a very type A tendency person. I love structure. I love planning. I love routine. So for me, I mean, with work, it's been a little bit all over the place, which is difficult, but I'm a planner in that everything that I need done, I write down. And very similar to Nick Jeldricks, because I saw his, his episode on there. But it's very similar to me too. It's like, if I say I'm gonna do something, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give myself the option to opt out.
Yeah.
This is a written, like, I don't give myself any room to be like, this isn't happening. It's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So, routine, number one, I try to stick to doing the same things every single day. Just makes things a lot easier.
Yeah.
And I think just the structure of everything for me too. So it's not really like, it's not really about emotion for me.
Yeah,
like,
just do
I'm
it.
like, yeah, it's just
matter.
there's nothing but to do it.
Yep. I think that's something that would help me a lot, because I'm like very much the opposite, where I'm like there's still things that I do consistently because like I have to, you know. But like, yeah, I'm very much like spontaneous. That's what I was looking for. Very spontaneous. Like if I you know feel like I want to do something different, like it's hard for me to not do that, you know.
Yeah.
But I also like thrive when I do have a schedule, when I do have like set stuff. So I think being able to sit down and like maybe at the beginning of each week or something and plan it. Do you have one day where you sit down and plan everything out?
Yeah, one day I plan the entire week out.
Like
You know what's
Sundays
funny is
or-
I actually use the gym. It's like I play
Really?
little small games with myself. It's weird. Like
Okay.
I give it, like, the gym to me is a reward.
Yeah,
I love going to the
same,
gym. Like
same.
the
Yeah,
best
yeah.
part of my day is being in
Okay.
here, without
Yeah.
question, not even close. So if I have something that I need done, it's like
It's gotta be done before.
It's got to be done. Like, this is getting done, or else I'm not allowed to go to the gym. Like, this has
gosh.
to, So like,
And you
it's,
know
it's
you're
just
not
like
doing
little
the gym,
mind.
so
Yeah,
it's
right.
like-
Yeah, it's like, well, I guess I'm doing it then.
Oh, man.
So it's just stuff like that.
Okay.
But,
Interesting. Yeah, that's sick.
yeah, tight core, tight glutes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh. Yep. Heck yeah.
I feel like my back starts to arch at the bottom. I'm trying to like.
They're good reps, dude. Come on. Oh yeah.
How many did you do? Like,
I just warmed up.
oh, okay.
Very warm. If you decide like, yeah, this is okay, you could probably just do RDLs or
Okay, yeah.
dumbbell
Sure.
variation. It's up to you. I mean,
No,
like
I'm
I said,
cool with this.
like, we're pretty much going completely off program right now, so it
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
really matter.
Yeah. Jeez.
Oh my gosh, feels like my hamstrings are tearing in half.
I know, dude. Same. That's also the green band. Let's go, Ben. Oh, nice.
Oh, that's it for me.
Yeah. That would suck if that snapped. Like,
Yes.
you either face plant right into the ground or like try to twist and tear something. That would be rough. Oh, dude, That's crazy. You go all the way down.
Yes, sir. I barely even touched you.
One more.
Yep, let's do it. Tight glutes. That's like 99% you.
I think mentally it just helps like having something there.
It feels weird because I'm
Yeah.
starting to get to a point where I'm lean and everything feels more fragile.
Yeah.
So
Don't hurt yourself.
yeah. That's it. That's okay.
Hamstrings look sick though. Like they're such a cool muscle, especially when you're hitting like the side.
Oh, the
chest and you
side,
got
Yeah, all the.
yeah, dude. Oh my gosh, so sick.
That's failure. There's failure right there.
The second and last one felt great. I was like thinking, I got 3 more, and then I went down,
Type
I was
one.
like, oh.
Heck yeah. Good stuff, buddy.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, calves.
Sick. Yeah,
Good
so I
old
never
calves.
train calves.
Huh?
I never train calves.
Really?
I probably should. I probably should, but
Get away with having good calves.
I don't know. Are my calves big? I don't think they are.
They're proportional. They're proportional with your quads. My calves suck. So my genetics just.
Yeah, you gotta train them.
Honestly, dude, we could probably just do a single leg.
Okay. On the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to compete again?
Huh?
Do you want to compete again?
Oh, yeah.
When? Do you have a plan?
I don't know. So I'm trying to save up a little money so that I can afford a membership at Armrest right now.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
I'll
my
be there with
first-
you if you want.
Yeah?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Dude.
I
So
would be
that's
there
my
with
first
you.
step is
Okay.
go to get a membership at Armrest. Then I was like, okay, I got to start finding like a coach a little bit because I don't know, like my last prep was like all myself.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I lost so much muscle cutting. Like I kind of just stopped eating completely.
Yeah.
So I got like pretty lean, but I just think I lost way more muscle than I needed to.
You know, it's funny actually. Definitely you don't have to take me up on this, but after the CSCS, I'm getting what's called J3U bodybuilding certification, physique specialist. So that's a legitimate bodybuilding coach.
Let's
so
go, dude.
I'll be a certified strength and conditioning coach, but also a bodybuilding coach.
Yeah, so this is kind of a crazy goal, but I think it'd be sick to get a natural pro card,
Yeah.
even if it took me like the next 10 years. Like I'm pretty in love with bodybuilding at this
Yeah.
point.
There you go.
And so, again, like I know I'm not super big yet, but like I'm down to just grind for the next 10 years. And like,
Heck yeah.
I think in 10 years I could probably put on some decent size. I feel like a lot of the natural pro guys that I see are like shorter guys. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Bodybuilding is a short man's sport. You don't see a whole lot of guys who are
Super
over
tall.
6 feet tall. It's very rare. But
Yeah.
I'm at a disadvantage there.
I feel like classic though, or even men's physique. I feel like men's physique, they're starting
They're
to
getting
go with
big.
like
You're getting enormous,
the
dude.
really tall, like really long torso. Like Aaron Banks.
Yeah. Aaron
Type
Banks, yeah.
Physique. Dude, his physique is insane. Man.
Oh. Honestly, I think 2 sets here would be fine.
Okay.
And call it quits, and then maybe if you wanted to, you and I could.
Sir. Sounds good. Oh, dang, I want an upper body pump before.
We just do some push-ups or something.
So So you go like pretty much as far down.
I've been doing them differently ever since I've read that research. I really heavily emphasize like my contraction, like the concentric phase. I don't spend a whole lot of time at all.
Sure.
I'm just like up, feel the concentric, maybe like it's literally that fast. And I control the crap out of the eccentric, and pause at the bottom under that stretch position.
Right.
And once I get fatigued, it's just straight lengthened partials from here, like that bottom third position.
Yep. So what about something like shoulder press? Like say you're doing like dumbbell shoulder press, right? Like seated. Do you, because I've always heard like, again, you're not really supposed to go below like parallel.
Okay.
But lately I've started, what I do is like, I'll do dumbbell press and then I'll go to machine press and do like lengthened partials. Like here, I'll go pretty high, like right here, but I don't walk out. And then I kind of just like go to failure with those. But do you think it's like, I feel like shoulders are kind of weird just because the joint is not like a...
It's a complex joint.
Yeah, right, exactly.
There's four, the whole shoulder girdle is kind of like, from my perspective, it's not really from a scientific perspective, but I mean, from a tracking perspective, just in order to standardize all my reps to make sure I'm making progress, for dumbbells. Anyway, I will touch the dumbbells to my shoulders, fully lock out, and then
interesting.
So I still go full range of motion.
Okay. Whew. I'm gonna be sore like just from that because I never trained calves.
So, talk to me a little bit about switching. Are you wanting to switch divisions? So you like next time you compete, are you thinking classics my thing?
Yeah. Well, yeah. See, again, I think like it'd be kind of a mistake not to showcase my legs just because.
It's your strong point.
That's my strong point is my legs, and especially if I started actually like training them more seriously. Because I do train legs, but right now it's like maybe once a week. So
okay.
I guess this is kind of why I need a coach because I'm like I need to know like what I need to work on.
Yep. In terms of like symmetry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know my shoulders are small. That's one thing I know for sure. So I've been really like training shoulders a bunch, especially like lateral, because like my anterior is front, right?
Yep.
Anterior delts are like okay, because like you just hit that on everything, but like my side and the rear delts are small. So.
One of the guys I follow, his name's Dr. Mike Israetel. He's very evidence based. Yeah.
Wait, that's the bald dude.
Yeah.
Who's like
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's one of the guys that I really follow.
Yeah, he's sweet.
I saw a video on him about that especially, and it is of his opinion that, especially in terms of bodybuilding, 75 to 90% of your shoulder training should be the lateral head.
Really?
Yeah, because it makes sense when you think about it too. Because a lot of your pressing work, you're getting a lot of indirect stimulus of the anterior delt. And then the same thing with your pull days or anything back related, you're still getting a lot of volume to that posterior delt as well.
Right. So you start your shoulder days with anterior or lateral delt work.
Oh. Yikes. Well, right now, no. Right now, I'm not specializing anything right now because I'm cutting. Right. So I'm trying to maintain size everywhere. Okay. But when I get in my massing phases, things will look different for sure. My weakest points right now for me are my chest, and my chest is really bad. It's weak, and my quads can definitely improve. So next mesocycle, I'll probably run like four programs total in the span of like 9-10 months. And it's just going to be spamming chest. Yeah. I'll show you what the programming would look like because I have his app, the RP Hypertrophy app. So
sick.
I'm done, dude. Calling it quits, then we can go.
I think another thing that I love about bodybuilding is like the visualization. Like you can kind of see. I feel feel like Arnold talks about this a bunch, like in all of his, you know, like Pumping Iron or like
Oh yeah.
the Arnold documentary or docu-series on Netflix. I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh yeah. 100%.
But like just the visualization, being able to like see where you want to go and see where you want to be. And like, again, with bodybuilding, it's so easy to just, like, you can actually visualize it, you know? It's,
Yeah.
oh man. But yeah, like, I don't know, I think part of it too is being a smaller guy. It's like, I want to be a big guy, you know? So, it's like a way to do that. But I remember when I was prepping for my first show, and again, I was like so skinny, like 130. I got like the tan, right? The like spray tan.
Yeah.
The day before, and I was hanging out with this girl, and she was like, "Why'd you get a spray tan?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm doing like a bodybuilding show." And she starts like dying laughing. I was like, and that just like, oh man.
It sticks with you.
What?
It
Yeah,
sticks with
yeah,
you.
dude. And it hurt like so bad. 'Cause,
Yes.
like, I know I'm not like, again, where I want to be necessarily, but I can see where I want to be, and like I believe in me, you know.
Exactly.
And I believe in like where I want to be.
I
and
totally
so,
understand that mindset.
So, and I think she thought I was joking, I guess, but it's just like, man, and it's not even like I want to that specific person. I want to prove her wrong, but it's
Yes.
just like, no, like I believe in me. I believe in like what I can do, and like, yeah, it's a long way, and you know, maybe I won't ever go pro, but like, it's just so much fun, like just seeing your progress.
Yeah.
And
I totally get it.
I think Jordan Peterson was saying like, you don't actually experience joy from hitting your goals. It's from like seeing progress towards your goals.
That's the best part too.
And
like even along like this journey, my fat loss phase, like seeing little
Yeah.
micro
a
changes,
new
like
vein or
yes,
like,
yes,
so
it's like
cool,
it's
man.
so motivating.
So cool. All right.
Nowhere near posing shape. When is the show you're planning?
I no plans.
Okay. It's a vicious cycle where you're like, okay, there's always going to be improvements to be made.
Yeah.
And there's never going to be a time where you're like, I am perfect.
Right.
So it's just
right.
that's what I'm running into right now. It's because my mindset is not a very healthy one. It's like I'm going to be balanced. I'm going to be very symmetrical going into this show, and I might be outsized, but I might be able to beat a lot of people because of my balance and symmetry
Yeah.
and conditioning.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting until I really kind of fill out, be more balanced, and then
Yeah.
honestly, like the things I'm spamming, especially the front shots, is like when you get here, like quads and adductors. Because
Yeah.
adductors will make your legs
Right.
like
I've seen
enormous.
that. Yeah, I've got like no adductors. So, how do you train those again? It's just
So
like,
adductors, I just spam that machine. So that machine, you know, where it's
oh, really?
it's
The sus machine?
yeah, the sus machine
Okay.
fills the crap out of your adductors. I've been telling all my friends from where I live and family. I've been like, yeah, my buddy from college just started a YouTube channel. And then they're like, oh, that's so cool.
That's so cool.
Like they're all so into it. So well, I was like, well, I'm going on, so like and subscribe.
Yes, let's go.